I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put a cargo container. And I don't have... I don't have the real estate that I'd like. I might burn it down. Okay, 15 hours. Well, that's idling. Card, more red cards. Actually, I'm going to yeah, when I first... What's it? Is it Aegir? A-E-G-I-R? Aegir? I don't want to say it wrong. It sounds silly. But when I saw builds and beats, I was like, what? And then I dropped into your YouTube and I was like, ah, that's the guy. Yeah, I'm not even going to grab the rest of that. I'm going to go... Got Scout and a Nat. H2 Scout. That'll have some good stuff on it. Uh oh. What I should do is snatch the A2 Scout, put some atmospheric fans on it, and fly that around, and just keep my rover as the base station. Put a grinder on the front of the H2 Scout. Jaeger. Okay. No, it's not. But now you're all just messing with me. It's alright. Overly complicated. Huh. Simplified the brand. What was the brand prior? I know what I'll do. I will roam around, grab as many red cards as I can. Scrap. So as a musician. Ah, that would make sense. That explains the beats. Gotcha. Ah. Well, see, that simplifies things a lot more. Level up. Let's take a level up. Each is correct now. I'll try to stick true to your brand name. Probably butcher it every time I say it, but you know, the effort is there. Just know that. Alright, as long as we're grabbing red core, scrap. AI cores were good to go. The unfortunate thing is I can sell off ore, but I can't sell off refined ore, which still sticks me in another predicament. Because I'm going to end up being full of iron. It's not too complicated. I mean, I have a lot of family that are Danish, so I grasp the concept. Not the concept, I grasp the understanding. Danish itself is always a struggle. Well, I appreciate the explanation. I really want to throw a refinery on board. I just don't think I'm got the power resources yet to justify that. Still get it wrong. You know what? I need to figure out what's going on with my Gatling guns. So that's interesting. Only the... What's that? Oh, yeah. Yeah, advanced advanced weapons core is always finicky. It has been one of the biggest gripes I've had while playing on the server. Because sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. There it is, alright. Yeah, it's the enhanced weapons mod. I thought weapons core was the enhanced weapons mod. Well, I mean, it does say WC weapons core. I should have those grouped. Don't I? I do. Interesting. Got 2 turtle tanks. Yeah, weapons core has been finicky. I guess I helped beta test the server back when they were like messing with it 3-4 years ago. And weapons core was always giving me problems, and then even then it still gives issues. And basically they're just like, just do fixed ship and it'll fix it. And it's like, but you gotta make sure all your weapons are set to these settings for them to work. MES, I believe so. I'll have to look at in the Discord. I think they have all the mods in the Discord. But when I do that, the screen gets all glitchy, so when the server restarts, I'll switch over and check it. What's that? This is one that was frustrated the whole time. Yeah. It's... When it works, it's fantastic. But, like, 60% of the time it works never. Okay. See, I'm not too familiar with mods or the mod names. All right. So what's the plan? I got 2 turtle tanks. I don't want to mess with turtle tanks. Fantastic. Well, that's what I said. When it works great. It's when it works. I've lost many a ship because I had to fix ship and whatever and so on and so forth after server restarts. Man, those wheels draw a lot of power. I think the serial one... Oh, okay, module encounter. Yeah, super hateful robot faction. There are a ton of I guess there are a ton of MES systems out there too that you can put on a server. This sucks. It's nighttime and I don't want to go to any of those 3. Alright, well, we'll just kind of tool around and see what we got. Contact updates. You know, the funny thing is, it seems like every time Keen drops an update, it's like an update that matches a mod that's been out there for a while. Really? I mean, I guess I could have seen that. Thought they were just giving free will to modders and letting them have at it, and then when they saw one that was a good idea, they're like, eh, we'll adopt a version. I am, that was not a good angle of attack. Fair enough. Never had the thought cross my mind, but that's a good point. That sucks a whole fuckload. Why do I feel like I saw that coming? We saw nothing. I mean, it's not too bad. I've had worse. As crashes go on this server, that's I mean, shit. My solar panel's still in okay condition. Looks like the battery took the brunt of it. Battery in my connector, so that's not too bad. Still have the piston, so that's good. Now I just gotta roll it over. That's gonna be fun. Oh, I guess. Ugh. Okay. So, let's see. Gotta get her to roll over. Sideways being the best bet, and probably down into that ditch. If we can get her to topple over, that is. Nothing? That'd be cool. Ah. Oh man, I figured that was gonna happen too.
Low health.
Uh-huh. Well, we at least know she's not going anywhere in the next 5 minutes. Oh? Am I going crazy? It looks like she's slowly coming over. Well, super fun. I get to struggle with this for the next 30 minutes. I know the obvious answer would say throw a piston up underneath it. But that is a huge waste of materials. Is that for SE2 or SE1? You guys are talking way out of my league. So just when I feel like I understand or I know a lot about space engineers, I meet a group of folks that know 1,000 times more. Thus the scrapyard. I would say there's an element to... There's a little bit of that element in on this server. Because if you wanted to, you could just merge block a bunch of stuff together. Alright. Oh. We've stopped our roll. Come on. Guess a little I would have said a little gyro action would help, but I'm so heavy now that a gyro does nothing. All great makers are. Ah, yes, my fault. I forgot. Why is my convert to ship not possible? Okay. Well, that's not cool. Oh. Huh. Apologies. Why is it not letting me convert my ship? Okay. Ugh, that's frustrating. This is one of the reasons why I stopped playing on this server. One of the biggest reasons right here. I know. They do it when the servers restart. That sucks because I, for the life of me, don't know why it won't convert though. Yeah, it's rather annoying. This one? Okay. Well, let's see if we can. It's just gonna reset us right back to where we were. Nice. I have a love-hate relationship with Voxel. But we're partially over, so that's a help. Question is, can we get it to come the rest of the way over? Big crabby hands. Server needs grabby hands. Alright, let's see if we can get her over now again. Oh, don't fight me. Ugh. And now we've hit a very real problem. I want to say she'll go over, but I don't trust it. Alright. Back over and raring to go. Unfortunately, back to square one. Yeah, don't flip it again. Alright, let's see. What's the move? Do it. Knowing my over-eager self, it's gonna go over again. Ramp it off a cliff. My promise to you is once I actually have another ship, I will totally ramp this thing off a cliff. Like I did 30 minutes ago. How much cash do I have? Not a lot. Not a lot to really do anything. Parking brake was off the whole time. Oh, great. I believe that that's just the classic SE soundtrack. There we go. All right. Let's go to the H2 Scout and get the red cars off that. At least the sun's coming up. If I can find another round beacon, I can get another battery on the back end. And we'll be right back to where we were. Hopefully I just don't ramp this thing again. Wad myself up. I gotta say though, I am surprised that connector took the brunt of that crash as well as it did. Oh man, as much as I love SE, although I will say this, I used to play with the I used to play with the old StarCraft soundtrack on, and it actually fits really well. I will say it's fitting for this server because the server is just existential dread all the time. You just constantly see, the more you guys talk about SE2, the more I want it. Like, I know it's still super alpha, but it just sounds really fun, even in its current state.
Inventory full.
Oh, hell. New systems. So what do you mean by new systems? Oh, you know what? Don't spoil it. I'm just gonna buy it and I will play it. And I'll learn the new systems. You don't need to bring SE1 things into SE2. Like large and small grids?
Inventory full.
Oh, I apparently did not get enough room. Yes. That would be an issue. Yeah, I can see that. And I mean, in reality, like, the Gatling gun is just an anti-personnel gun. Like, even I guess I've always kind of struggled with what the Gatling gun is in SE1. I don't want to go to that side scout. I'm not lying. Because in all reality, the Gatling gun is just an anti-personnel gun. And like on this server, that's one thing that frustrates me is like most of these NPC ships around just have Gatling guns, and it's like the amount of damage they... I mean, I guess it's working in the sense that it's an anti-personnel gun. But if you drive your rover past it, you can kiss it goodbye. So it's great for like a base, like a small base defense gun. I guess internally. I guess that's like the one thing I never really understood, why they had two sets of like turret or defense turrets, because you have like the interior turret and then you have the Gatling gun. I'm trying to heat up. It's a little chilly. Disabled grids like EMP, resist the type of no damage, just stop. By Hydro Manning, do you mean just like dying and spawning over and over again and just like eventually getting into someone's like base? I don't even see the reasonable using your person and not agree to attack another base. Fair enough. Yeah, not just grinding your way, or like, I guess like one of my biggest frustrations is like folks digging down and then backdooring their way into your base. It's a huge problem on this. Well, it was a huge problem on the server. Oh shit. It's not so much an issue. Not so much an issue anymore. But you'd eventually end up PCOing out if you're like trying to maintain a base on a planet, because you're like just loading up turrets all over the place. Yeah, sapping. Because I guess, yeah, that's my hard gripe is you know, too many people to what y'all are saying is, you know, they forego the art of building something for the sake of looting someone. Out of computers. Is that... Nope, it's not so. Oh. Haha. Consequently, that actually helps shrink down the front a little bit. Where's my small conveyor tubes? There. Nope. Not fixed, just small. Right on. Alright. Back at it again. So, well, damn, I just shucked all those red cards, though. Son of a bitch. I would say yes and no. Yeah, the electrified grids that damage you, yeah, that helps. But I don't think you can install that on your own base. I think it's just the, I think just the NPCs have that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, see, in PvP, the whole sapping thing it's a pain in the ass, because, you know, to what Ira was saying is, like, you know, folks just run in. It is pretty broken. Perfect example, this server, can I get that low enough to attach? Basically, as soon as you get into space, you're dog food. I mean, you say that, but then why do they have the PvP elements? Like, why are there whole heavy? Exactly, yeah. Single grids can offline, yeah. But if there is no PvP, then what's the point of, I guess, all the armaments if you're just solely, meant to fight NPCs? Not opposed to it, just devil's advocate, I guess. I feel like Clang's gonna get me with this one. Maybe? Alright, we're gonna zap the batteries from this thing. I enjoy fighting the NPCs too, like, thoroughly. But I do also enjoy... So they're more into the faction system when considering the PvP range.
range.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's a lot that can be done on the PvP side that I would hope that SE2 could probably address. Because PvP and SE1, there are a lot, as you guys are probably well aware of, there's a lot of servers that do offer PvP, but, you know, we'll say, for example, like this server, if you get offline rated, like, you lose everything. And, I mean, what countermeasure do you have, really, other than the fact that hopefully you built your base well enough, and hopefully you've got things set up well enough that you can mitigate someone just destroying everything. I guess the flip side of that is I can say the same thing about the drones, though. The drones can, you know, completely wreck you on this server. See, because like that's my thing is I love building functional like large grid like large battleships with multiple stations and you know being able to have a whole crew like faction fights. If you got like 2 large cruisers, I mean, especially if you got a couple of guys in small fighters, they can get pretty intense. And it's a lot of fun. But I guess the thing is nobody respects the boundaries of the faction, so there is that. I also want to see, I guess, better range for like remoting in if you want to like remote or drone ship. Dang, that sounds pretty tight. It is, but I will say I kind of like the steep learning curve for automation in this game. Like, I'll say this. Space Engineers literally drove me to want to learn coding, and so I just took that up in my free time. Literally just so I could learn how to just code in Space SE, even though, you know, it's its own language. Per se. Because I have a ton of fun writing functional scripts. Oh man, we are running out of space quick. I was working on a better path auto finder, like the PAM script, just because PAM was so buggy, and I was trying to incorporate not like antenna to antenna or waypoints, but actually using the laser relay I believe that's what it is. Let's see. Yeah, the laser antenna. Because I wanted more correctable range out of the PAM. I also wanted more... I wanted to be able to remote into PAM from a longer distance than, like, what you... Instead of having to be directly on or within a direct line of sight, well, it's like 60,000 kilometer range. But similarly, like, you know, also being able to turn PAM into not just a miner or a drop delivery system, but having like a, I guess, an attack path. Being able to build like a, you know, a decent destroyer and then have it patrol an area. 2-player snake versus snake arcade cabinet. That's pretty funny. I love a lot of Izzy's scripts back in the day. I don't know if he's made anything new. Oh, we got another round beacon over there. I think it might be good enough to cut our losses here and go grab the battery off the round beacon. Don't throw my shit. Izzy quit. Ah. Why? Well, that's broken. There's no more merge block, and we are not merged together. I mean, I never had an issue with this inventory sorter. It always worked relatively well for me. There were some kinks, but nothing that was like unmanageable. Yes. Oh. Oh, his script is broken now. Well. That was odd. Fair enough. I think that station spawned in wrong. What I need to do. It looks fine to me. Oh, damn it. I needed that other round beacon. Well, hell. And this is why I need to get this vehicle off of these wheels and onto atmospheric fans. Let's head towards the equator. The auto crafting was such a huge help, though. I swear my production quota. Like, that was my favorite thing about Izzy's auto sorter was the auto crafting. You can just walk away for an evening, come back, and have everything you need to build the next day. Or, hell, go tinker with something and come back and you've got... Oh, that's what you said. I swear by production quota. I thought you were making it funny. Can we get something else to spawn in? See, I agree with that. I do believe you should be able to auto sort in vanilla with the provided blocks. But man, they used to have a land speeder that would spawn in. I guess they got rid of it. That round beacon is still hanging out 7-8 kilometers away. Well, y'all, I do hate to call it an early night, but I have a significant other that would like to play some games with me that I would not stream, so I appreciate you guys hanging out and chit-chatting. Like I said, as always, I'll try to hop into your streams, and I've definitely been enjoying a lot of your guys' content, or at least Ira's content from what I've been watching. I was trying to find everybody else's stream. I guess I'll need to go back and look through your YouTube channel and follow them. I'm assuming that was a lot of the guys that were on the other night. I have things I should do. Right, adulting. That's, Phil, I appreciate it. Thank you. Do you have a channel? Before I hop off, Phil? Oh, gotcha. All right. I need to go give Rev a sub. And then this weekend, I'm going to try DaVinci and edit up what I can from what I've had the last 2 nights, because I would like to turn this into a short series, or I guess a long-running series. Oh, gotcha. Oh, hell. Alright, I'm going to snatch this round beacon before I hop off, because I need the battery. Hopefully it's not all cattywampus. Well, hopefully I can follow in the footsteps of you and Rev and build something from nothing. Well, I'm definitely stuck in a rut. And I don't know what that rut is. And I've been trying to figure it out. Yeah, I mean, I think variety in general is tough regardless. I've noticed that even on Twitch, it's not widely appreciated that, you know, folks kind of bound around between games. Fair enough. Well, luckily, I do love playing Space Engineers. It's definitely a singular bit of content that I could stay with and stay happy. Oh yeah. No, I didn't take it that way. Yeah. I think some experimentation over the next couple of months would prove beneficial for me to just kind of see what staying on one bit of content does over, you know, maybe spend the next month or two doing variety and then switch it up and just kind of stay. But then again, I guess I'm also playing a game with that one. I guess the only thing I have with that, though, is, like, you know, with Space Engineers, it's like, I guess there's, like, tutorial content, and then there's small series. That is true, I do have a full-time job. I mean, currently though, the way it is I usually spend, let's see, because I wanted to succeed and grow fast. Fair enough.
Inventory full.
I need to spend some more time looking at your stuff. See, that's I guess to your point, or to that point there, being passionate about it, I would say that I'm very passionate about the game as well. I think though, well, I think a lot of just SE1 has been explored. I'm not going to say all of it, but I think a large majority of the content has been. I guess there's more. There's a lot for scripting, but with SE2 coming out, it's like, or with SE2 out, maybe it's like focus on that. I don't know. I'll just have to do some experimentation. SE2 is $30. It's not an arm and a leg for a game that I enjoy. And since you guys have spoken to it kind of to a point where it's like, you know, it has a lot of the elements of Space Engineers 1, but it has its quirks. Or it has its changes.
Inventory full.
I just gotta let this stuff drop. Run out of space. Do I have any? I do.
Inventory full.
Yes, I know.
Inventory full. Inventory
Very
full.
well. Definitely did things I've never seen on SE1.
Inventory full.
I mean, corporate satire goes a long way in this game, though, if we're being 100% honest. Oh, that's pretty rad. It's almost like a spin on, what's that game? Star Citizen. You walk around the spaceport and they've got ads for all their ships. I'll probably catch hate in the comments for this one though, but can we talk about an overrated game that is just being used to absolutely rob people blind? Star Citizen? Oh man. If I... Is that a real game? It is, yeah. I believe it's the name, Star Citizen. I'm almost 100%. Unless I have the name wrong. Yeah. Yeah, it's Star Citizen. I swear to you it is. Star Citizen is an ambitious crowdfunded space trading and combat simulator for PC developed by Cloud Imperium Games. Oh, okay. I was like, hold up. Yeah. Alright, cool. See, I was gonna say, there's no way you're into, I guess, like, the genre of games and haven't heard of the infamous grift of Star Citizen. My social cues suck sometimes. Why? Still, well, that's the thing, is that's the, I guess, the joke behind it. The not so funny joke is it's been in an alpha. It's been an alpha forever, like, and they've got like, I want to say at least 20 or 30 ships that they've produced, and like, yeah, sure, you can grind the game and earn in-game money to buy the ships. Okay, what's going on with this? Why is this not working? Basically, everyone's frustrated because they're making these, like, super expensive ships that you can buy with real cash, and then there's no point. There's no point for the rest of the game to be developed, so they just keep creating ships and selling ships for cash money. And like, I think there was an actual, don't quote me on the price, but I want to say like $100,000 ship that somebody actually bought. Alright, I got too much crap on me. Thank you. They do. They do. And I guess the thing for me is it, like, I played it for a while. I played it on VR, which is a lot of fun, like streaming it through a Steam. And the game is decently fun. You know, what was it? I think it was like 3 or 4 years ago when I was playing it. You know, the missions needed some help, but nothing that couldn't have been polished up. But it's like I feel like they've just turned all of their attention away from actually
Energy
like
low.
making a game that is a game instead of just being like I'm gonna buy a ship and fly it around the galaxy and have a bunch of people stare at my ship. I don't know. It's hard to figure it out. But I don't think that game's ever going to become like an actual game with things to do. Alright. I think we're good to go to snatch this battery. Hopefully we can get lucky and land it twice. God, that didn't skyrocket my ship. Oh. I need to put a backup camera on this so I can see what I'm doing. True. Very true. You aren't wrong. Since they've already made all the money, there's a reason to make said game. Well, and I guess, you know, another reason why I enjoy, you know, Space Engineers is because I will say this, I was a little salty when I saw that they were releasing all all the packs, because it felt like a money grab. Oh, that is not gonna work. All the new, I guess they're updates, but it's like, let's see, how do I say this? That's not gonna work. Shit. I guess like all their not mods, but I'm trying to think of the right word. I guess in short, all the updated and downloadable content, even though it's like $5 or $6. Because I think if you were to buy SE1 outright with everything, it's like $50, which isn't bad at all actually for what the game is. Slow it up. Right. I'm not salty now. I was like because I loved. I guess when I first got Space Engineers, I was so in love with just vanilla Space Engineers. Because there was so much to do just from the start. But then once I saw like kind of like what was in the works and everything that was going down, like my attitude towards it changed. And also the prices are very, very fair. Well, we'll see if this will work. I don't have high hopes of... All is not lost, but that really sucked. What to do in a case like this? At a little bit of a loss right now. Five, Rick. Well, for the time being, it's not ideal, but alright, yeah, man, I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out again. And I guess I'll see you next time. Nice. Not ideal, not ideal, not ideal. Alright, well, we've got a large grid battery. It's not an ideal setup, but it is something. We are just dragging that thing around. With that, as always, I appreciate everyone who tuned into the stream tonight. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all Friday.